In this video tutorial, I am going to show you how to use the Story Jumper Story Creator to create a collaborative book with your own students. To begin, click on the Create button, the orange button at the top of the page. Now you can either build a book from scratch or you can choose a story starter template that's located on the Story Jumper template page. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and choose Trucks and Rescue for this story, and that will open up to the Story Creator board. Now, the Story Creator board has four main features that can help you create your story. You can use the props feature to add characters and artwork to your story. Simply click on a picture and that will put it into the page of your story, and then there's different features that you can use to edit your prop. You can resize it. You can click and drag to move your prop around on the page. If you change your mind, you can click the X button to delete your prop. It also has a scenes feature that gives you different backgrounds to choose for the pages of your story. A photos feature to add your own pictures or images to the story. And then the text feature has a few different options that you can choose from for adding text to the pages of your story. The Story Creator also has a navigator at the top of the page to help guide you through the process of creating a book. So to get started, you want to click on the book cover, and here you can begin entering the title of your story. I'm going to title the story Fire Safety and give it an author. And if you'd like to, you also have the option of changing the background color. And it's important to remember to save your work often throughout the creation process so you don't lose any of your work. Once you're done with that, you go back up to the navigation bar and click on the next page. This is your dedication page. Dedicate this. To our class. Save. And then you're ready to begin your story. Okay, so it gives you the first few pages. It gives you different scenes and different props. You can choose to keep those props and just add your text, or you can use the features over on the left to change the different props and scenes on the pages of your story. So we'll go ahead and start here on page 1, and I think this cop car is a little small compared to the other vehicles, so I'm going to click and drag it in order to make it larger. Pretty happy with that. And other than that, I'm pretty happy. So we can click on the text box. It doesn't fit too well there, so I'm going to click on the hand and move my text box up to the top of the page, and from there I can enter text. So for the first page, I think I'll write, "It is Fire Safety Month." Click on that, click Save, and I'm ready to proceed to the next page. Page 2 of our story doesn't really fit with our fire safety theme, so I'm going to come over here and click on Scenes, and I'm going to select a different background for page 2. Okay, and the props don't really fit for this page either, so I'm going to click on each of the props on the page, click the red X button to delete each of the props, and after adding some new props to the page, we can go over and select another text box to add to the page. And maybe in this case we select the speech bubble to add to the page. I'm going to move it up again and increase the size to enter the text. What can we do to prepare for a fire emergency? Okay, now that's a little large, so I'm going to click and drag in order to minimize. Save the picture. Then we can continue through our story working on adding props and backgrounds and text to each page, and eventually the story starter templates will disappear and you'll have a blank canvas to continue adding pages to your story. So you can continue adding scenes and props and text to the different pages of your story. And if you do, you can delete pages by clicking at the top of the navigation bar and clicking on delete page, giving permission to delete. Or if you need more pages, you can click at the top of the navigation bar and click on new page, and we'll add a page to your story. So you continue working through the story of your book until you get to the end. And when you get to the end of your book, it'll give you the option to save again, save, and then exit. Once you click on exit, that's going to bring you to your final copy that you can then read with your class. And it also gives you the option to share the story with other classrooms or with students' family members. So that's the basics of creating a story with your class on StoryJumper.